This episode is brought to you by Kissing Contracts, specializing in prenups, postnups, and cohabitation agreements. We need more than love. We need shared values, goals, and dreams. When partners agree, great things happen. Visit us at kissingcontracts.com. Welcome to She's Myself, an entirely fictional but totally honest show for female entrepreneurs featuring a newfangled book club for you and your cohorts. Let's join Nicole, Lauren, Kate, and Darla in their mastermind group now.
Oh, you've got a lot going on there, Darla.
Yep, I'm always prepared. Where is everyone?
Well, we've got about 5 minutes until we start. I'm sure they'll be here.
My father, a military man, used to say, early is on time and
On time is late. Mine wasn't military, but clearly they were cut of the same cloth.
Fathers.
They cast quite a shadow.
Even when they're not around much.
Was yours not around much?
No. I mean, yeah, he was a presence.
How so?
Deeper questions with Lauren.
Sorry. I do tend to ask probing questions. Feel free to tell me to mind my own business.
That's okay. His career was at the center of the family, and everything we did reflected on him.
Sounds like pastors' kids.
I guess. I don't know. I don't have much experience in that arena.
An observation. Sorry. Go on.
Oh, he was just very driven, and it carried on to me.
What you do with your whole heart?
Yeah. And every other part of me, actually.
Judging from the amount of paper you brought, looks like we're going to get a taste of that today.
I guess. I can be kind of intense. Sorry.
Intense is good.
Is it?
It's how you're wired.
I just don't just get that from my dad.
Are your siblings quote-unquote intense?
Quite the opposite. I'm pretty sure my brother will never grow up.
Nurture and nature.
My intensity drives some people nuts.
Really? Tell me more.
I try to temper it, hide it.
Wow, what a loss.
What do you mean?
Your intensity is a gift to the world.
Really?
I'm guessing Steve Jobs and Einstein were driven.
Well, I'm hardly either one of them.
Why not?
Dude, I still travel. I don't make iPhones.
One could argue that's just as important.
And one would lose that argument.
Hi, guys. Sorry to interrupt. You look deep in conversation.
Hi, Kate. Well, we
Hi.
were, but join us.
Lauren was just blowing my mind.
About what?
I guess about whether you should try to temper who you are to fit in.
Or should you be fully yourself?
Deep.
And we've only been here for 5 minutes.
Okay, note to self. Get here early next week, or not.
Am I late?
Right on time.
Is this all your stuff on the table, Darla?
Yes, and there will be a full PowerPoint presentation today.
Really?
No. I just like to be prepared, you guys.
Yes, you do.
All right, before I get all intense, should you all check in?
Yeah, let's.
Nicole, what's going on for you?
Okay, careful. She goes really deep.
I can handle it. Well, you'll know more next week when it's my turn.
In the meantime,
In the meantime, I'm still working on my family law practice and trying to book speaking engagements. It's proving tough. It might be something we talk about next week.
That's what we're here for.
Honestly, I get discouraged sometimes. I thought it would be easier. It's really just an extension of what I'm already doing.
is it? It requires a totally different skill set.
Yeah, and the marketing's different.
And you have to find the groups and craft the message.
True.
You know, give yourself some grace. You're doing something new. It's going to take some time.
And you're not depending on that income, right?
No, not right now, but I'm antsy. I want it to be successful now.
Don't we all?
Everything's a process. We're not just growing a business, we're growing ourselves.
I told you. Deep.
Well, if that's the case, this is going to be a really long road.
Cynicism's not like you, Kate.
There's light years between who I am now and what I want to be.
Remember, it's not a linear scale. You could take leaps, big leaps.
Whew. I think I got us off topic. My check-in is that I'm working on speaking. How about you, Kate?
Well, you guys gave me a lot to think about last week.
It was a lot.
I'm doing research on other theaters, looking through their websites to see what they have going on and making a master list.
Include everything, even if it seems way out there.
Yeah, it could be the seed of another idea.
Good idea. Okay, I will. A theater up north has acrobatic classes. People are so creative.
You're so creative.
Oh, thank you. So, I'm researching and plugging along with kids and life.
What do you do for fun?
Inappropriate question.
Why? Why is that inappropriate?
Because the answer to what do I do for fun is nothing.
Well, that can't continue.
No, it can't. What are you doing Saturday night?
The kids are with Brad, so probably cleaning.
Oh, God.
No!
I propose we add an additional mastermind session Saturday night where the beverage of choice is adult rather than coffee.
Well, woohoo, I won't argue.
Okay, I'll plan it. I'll let you know. Lauren, check in.
Oh, I'm researching and brainstorming, too.
You said you were going to bring a list this week?
I did, but I don't quite have one yet.
Okay, but next week?
Those are serious words.
It's part of our job as a mastermind.
It is.
What's the most interesting thing you're thinking about, Lauren?
Oh, it's so hard to narrow down ideas. I find one and it leads to another and another.
What about the woman with the weird name?
Oh, Brene Brown?
Yeah. Weren't you going to research her?
She's on the list. I don't want to take from Darla's time. I promise a full list of potential topics next week.
Or Saturday night, dude.
Or Saturday night. Are we ready for Darla?
The discussion I was having with Lauren before we started is kind of messing with my head.
How so?
We were talking about, I guess, being fully yourself. I guess that's the way of putting it. Guys, I can be really intense and driven.
You don't say.
I'm wondering how it would change my business if instead I, trying to hide it and soften it, I just let it all hang out,
That's an interesting idea. What would it look like?
Well, this chart here shows some of the statistics of my team.
That looks like a ton of people.
I know, it's 264.
Intensity at work.
I guess that's true.
You can try to hide it, but who you are sneaks through.
How are you hiding who you are with your team?
I'm always trying to balance what I want with what they need.
Is that bad? Lauren?
Not necessarily. There's a lot of power in knowing other people's personality styles and speaking and behaving in a way that works for them.
Is that what you're doing, Darla?
Yes and no. Really, I'm trying to keep myself from being too aggro.
Nice 80s word.
I'm going to need a definition.
Let's see.
Baby.
Maybe crazy, over the top, pushy.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think would happen if you let yourself loose?
Some of my team, the ones I've been tiptoeing around, they might not like it.
And
they might leave.
And
They'd be gone.
okay. And the ones that were left?
Well, they'd be like me, driven.
And what would that be like?
A team of really driven people. Heaven.
What do you think the company would think of that?
Well, for the company, it's always the more the merrier. But I only make money, and the team member only makes money if they're into it.
So it's not really fair to keep folks who aren't into it.
Yes, it wastes their time and mine. You're right.
Good point.
As we're talking, my mind keeps daydreaming about a team of all people that are super into it. It's like a dream.
I bet it is. And it's really using your strengths.
But at the same time, it makes me a little nervous. I think I need to run some numbers.
It's a good idea. You could do some projections based on the people you have now.
And remember that others like you will be attracted to your team. It'll be a dream for them, too.
Good point. It still feels a little squirrely. See, I'm the primary support for my family. I have to get it right.
That's a heavy burden.
Yeah, it is. But it's mine. Don't worry about it.
What's the rest of all this you have on the table here?
Oh, well, I guess now it's just garbage.
Really?
Yeah. It was a potential training system based on,
Restraint?
yeah, a light, soft touch.
Okay, not you at all.
Designed to make sure everyone stays in the fold.
And now you're not sure that's what you want.
Right. Damn. Being myself is going to be a lot of work. Thanks a lot, Lauren.
My pleasure.
What do you think you need to modify in this training system?
This approach would be completely different. I think I need to rethink the tone, the frequency, everything, really.
Do you have to start at the beginning again?
I don't think so. I'm thinking that I can create it so that it speaks to the driven ones and washes out the others.
Yeah, that's how I practice law. I only want good clients.
Okay.
Those that are reasonable and follow my advice.
And pay their bill.
Yeah, that too.
The idea that I wouldn't hold everyone's hand is heresy in the MLM world.
Yeah, but you're not a typical. What are you again?
Area manager?
Area manager.
Yeah.
And you don't want typical results.
Very true. Wow. This conversation took a very different direction than I anticipated.
Is that a good thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's important to challenge our underlying assumptions.
And sometimes we don't know what those are.
And it all started with Lauren and I having a normal conversation.
About being on time.
I wasn't late this time.
You were perfectly on time.
It's like this was the conversation we were supposed to have.
Yeah, very woo-woo.
Totally. But I'm a little freaked out, you guys.
No need to be.
I guess this is getting a little far away from what the mastermind's supposed to be, right?
Is it?
Okay, I guess not. We're still talking about business, right?
And personal growth, being who you are, and getting out for some fun on a Saturday night.
It is.
We can make it whatever we want, but I'm glad it was helpful, Darla.
Very. And Saturday night will be too.
You've been listening to She's Myself. Come check out the free Newfangled Book Club for yourself and your peeps at shesmyself.com. This episode was written by Emily Chase Smith and produced by Trisha Gilfone. The role of Kate was played by Kimberly Stamfill. The role of Darla was played by Quinn LaJoca. The role of Lauren was played by Trisha Gilfone. And the role of Nicole was played by Emily Chase Smith. Audio recording and editing by Barry Funkhauser. And Newfangled Book Club by Jill Davis. Thank you to all our Indiegogo supporters and our listeners.